Hi everyone, good lovely morning. It is me, Jasmine. How are you guys doing? It is an incredibly early morning, but I have an early morning appointment, so I'm starting my day quite early. So I hope you guys are having a lovely start to your day wherever you're at. So this is going to be a ride along and chit chat with Jasmine. And I do have a number of stuff that I want to talk about. I'm probably not I'm not gonna cover all of them in this video. And if I don't, I will definitely touch on them in a different video. So anyways, so I have a dental appointment, and I also have to swing by the eye clinic just to. So I got new glasses, and I just want to go get the frames adjusted a tad. I absolutely love them. They are frameless glasses, and let me tell you, they are light as a feather. It's almost like they're not even there. They are so light. I still use contact lenses, and I have about I told the doctor that for 2023 I want to use a combination of glasses and also lenses, and so I only bought a 6-month supply of the contact lenses. Hold on, let me mute this bloody thing. So I only got 6 months. For last year I got a full year supply, but for 2023 I only ordered 6 months, enough for 6 months. So my plan for 2023 is just use for this year. Obviously we're in 2023. Is to use glasses half the time and contact lenses for the rest. I love the contact lenses. I really do, especially the dailies. That's the brand, the dailies contact lenses. I love them. I absolutely love them. My only issue with them is when you wear disposable contact lenses, you have to be incredibly mindful of your fingers when you get to putting them on. Like, I spend about a good, I don't know, so I always wash my hands before I put them on, and I would spend about a good anywhere 10 to 20 seconds just rubbing my fingers just to remove any possible tiny lint or anything, because if you put them on, when I take out the contact lenses, I scoop them up with the middle finger. Then I have to, so my middle finger is touching the inside of the lens that's going to be in my eye, and so I scoop them up with the middle finger. I scoop each one with the middle finger. Then I use the other fingers to pick it up, then rotate it so it sits as a cup in my finger. That's how I've been doing it. And so I have to be mindful that I don't have a lint, like a tiny lint on my finger, because once I put them on, I'm pretty good now with how I do it, but once in a while I put them on and I feel like there's something in there, and I hate that feeling. Oh, also I don't have my DJI mic with me. I forgot him at the house, so I know that this microphone is going to pick up a lot of the road noise, and I'm so hoping that you guys can hear me, because you guys know I'm very soft-spoken. Anyways, so that's like one of the main things about contact lenses that I have to deal with. And it's not like a frequent issue, it does happen once in a while, and when it does, sometimes I will take out the contact lens and just kind of inspect it, or I'll try and kind of shift the lens around to see if maybe it could be a number of things, but it's just one of those annoyance that comes with wearing contact lenses. And then there's the other issue. It's very, very rare, but sometimes I will forget that I have them on, and then I would go to bed, and and thankfully I was, sometimes I will, it's very, very rare when it happens. It rarely happens, but when it does, luckily I'm quick to catch it. Sometimes I'll take a nap, I'll go to sleep, but then I'll wake up like an hour later, and I'll just feel like my eyes are suffocating, so I take them off. But I've never wore contact lenses in an entire sleep session. Hopefully that never happens. It's not a good feeling. It just feels like your eyes are suffocating, even like an hour of napping, or an hour and a half or so. The ones I have are that's why I love them. They're so comfortable. Like, it's like, and obviously they're, contact lenses are supposed to be comfortable. But I've had experiences in the past where, I just, like, I feel like I know they're there. Like, you can feel them there, and, it's like an hour, or not even a few hours into wearing them, my eyes feel like they're suffocating. But these ones, no, not at all. So let me talk a little bit about YouTube. So there's a YouTuber, and I want to ask your opinion. I want to ask the general public their opinion. So if you are a YouTuber, oh, I'm cold, let me turn on this heater. If you are a YouTuber and you decide to hold a meet and greet, you decide to put together a vacation, and you invite your loyal subscribers. So that's coming along great. People are signing up. The interest is there. You're fired up. You're all excited. This is going to be a big occasion. But then you get wind of a plan by another YouTuber, or let me say a couple of YouTubers, and that's what we know so far. And I'm just keeping this vague in general. You get wind of a plan. So there are a couple of YouTubers that are planning independently. They're planning to, let's say you want to go on your get together. You're planning the whole thing on a cruise ship. You call the cruise liner. You coordinated the details. They give you a code that your subscribers will call in to mention the code to get the group rates, etc. So you got all of that ready, but you get wind of a plan by other YouTubers, a couple of YouTubers, that they plan to go on the same cruise ship on the same dates, and they have made it known on YouTube that the true intent of their trip is to wreak havoc, is to start chaos, is to start drama with your get together, with your meet and greet? What would you do? What would you do in a situation like that? Now, for me, the whole thing is just is completely messed up. The whole situation is so messed up. Like, why, why would you go to such length to try and ruin someone's meet and greet? I mean, for starters, you're risking you're risking yourself getting thrown in jail, getting detained, and all of that stuff. See, let me tell you, and I did a video on this. How low will you go for clicks and views? And these two YouTubers, one of them, who is pretty much spearheading this nonsense, she, went on her channel and said it out loud that they plan to, quote, break the internet. And I'm sure you guys know what that means. In many areas of YouTube, heck, even just as a general phrase, you're going to, start chaos of a scale never before seen, of a scale unmatched. You're going to start chaos that's going to catch everyone's attention. So, the way I see it is, they plan to disrupt another YouTuber's get together. And they know, and they are ready. These two YouTubers, they are ready for whatever consequences. All for the sake of clicks and views. Like, how low will you go for clicks and views? And that's like, some YouTubers have just, they've allowed whatever little fame they have managed to build up on YouTube, they've allowed that to cloud their judgment. And it's really, really, really frightening. And none of this is theoretical. None of this is hypothetical. None of this is imaginary. This is real. I'm just not disclosing the names yet because, if they do pull through with that, I'm definitely going to do a commentary and I'm going to name names. But you guys know me. Those who followed me on my old channel, I typically reserve commentary for after the calamity ends, after the nonsense ends. But for this particular situation, this is the get together is scheduled for I think it's the last week of September. And so it's a cruise, and they will be departing out of Miami, and they're basically just going to spend the weekend just circling some of the areas in the Caribbean area, the Caribbean region, and then return back. But so it's still still quite a ways away. So for me, I'm not entirely sure. My gut feeling is I'm not quite there yet in terms of is she, or rather are these two YouTubers, are they actually going to pull through with this plan to wreak havoc, to bring chaos, to bring tomfoolery to the Carnival ship? So I'm gonna sit tight, and I'm gonna continue watching the videos, and we'll see what happens. I mean, September is still quite a ways away. Now, my gut feeling is as well is, you know, there are YouTubers and subscribers that have taken to, and listen, when it comes to this YouTube stuff, never underestimate what people will do. I did a commentary video about how another YouTuber got arrested, and lo and behold, you know, someone in this area of YouTube just so happened to be an employee at the hospitality that it was in, and they snuck the security footage and dropped it on YouTube for the world to see. So never underestimate what people will do, and I say that to say this. From what I am hearing, some people have taken to warning Carnival Cruise that, hey, there's a YouTuber that's planning a meet and greet, a get together with their subscribers, and there are these individuals right here. Here are their names, and they are planning a vacation on your end, on your screen, in your reservation side, in your reservation system. They are going to appear as, you know, nothing more than just another customer. Now, you probably will not see any red flags with their reservation. But hear me out. These two are up to no good. They are not coming on this cruise ship with the genuine intent on having the time of their life. Well, they may be planning to have a time of their life, but a different time of their life. But no, you know, what you may think they're there for, no, they're not. They're not there to have fun. They're not there to have, you know, excitement, adventure. No, they are there to cause disruption. They are there to wreak havoc. They are there to start trouble. And in an environment like a cruise ship, where obviously, you know, you got, I think the ship they're planning to go on has I don't know, I think it's like anywhere north of 2,000 people capacity. So in a situation like that, I mean, if the YouTuber that's holding the vacation, that's holding the meet and greet event, decides to have some sort of a festive gathering out in the open, you know, in the balcony, whatever, and by the pool, whatever, and these two potential disruptors decide to make their move, you know, to make their move right there and then, you know, that's going to be a situation where you have a lot of, you know, innocent people around, the vacation goers around, and, you know, if a fight ensues, fists are raised, punches thrown, chairs thrown, tables turned, glasses thrown, you know, you know, you can guess what may happen. You know, that people are going to be at risk of getting injured from flying objects. So the word on the YouTube streets is people are already starting to warn Carnival Cruise of this potential danger. That, hey, these two YouTubers are planning to disrupt a meet and greet, a get together that's going to be happening on your cruise ship. And their actions, what they plan to do, even if it's just verbal threat. This I mean, again, the cruise is not until September, but even making threats right now. I mean, even verbal threats, even the idea of a potential threat, that that raises serious alarms. I mean, Carnival Cruise is all about its money. It's all about its profits. And when you're on a cruise ship, I mean, listen, you only have so much people to squeeze money out of. So, once the cruise ship sails, whatever people you brought on board, you want as much of them to spend money. You want to get as much money as you can out of them. I mean, you've got staff to pay. You've got this giant ship that costs a lot of money just to build. So you don't want anything to disrupt that flow. And then also there's the experiences of other vacation goers. I mean, if an innocent person that just so happens to be nearby gets affected by whatever commotion, whatever fight breaks out, and they get injured, or they get somehow distressed by what they witnessed, that could potentially affect their perception of the cruise industry, of that particular company, and that could translate to a loss of business. That person that could have returned next year now will not do so because they were affected. So there's just a lot of things that's going on. But basically, let me circle back. What would you do in a situation like that? Now, let me tell you what the YouTuber that's throwing the event, that's putting the get together event. Let me tell you what they have been saying publicly so far. They have been playing this whole situation very cool. They're saying, let them come. Let them book their cruise ship reservations. Let them come if they want. Now, obviously, you cannot, that YouTuber cannot force other people to not attend. You may not be able, now the YouTuber is saying you may not be, you may not be able to attend the group functions. You may not be able to partake in the festivities that are planned for the group, but as a paying customer to the cruise liner, you feel free to book your trip. No one's stopping you. So they're playing it cool. They're basically just playing it cool. My theory on that is this area of YouTube, you're somehow forced to play it cool on a lot of things. That's just the nature of this particular area of YouTube. And I'm just holding back on details because there's just a lot of unknowns at this point, and once the whole event plays out, then I will definitely do a commentary on it. So there's still a lot of unknowns. But this YouTuber, even though they are playing it cool, which is kind of like, you are kind of forced to just to save face. But even though this YouTuber is playing it cool, they know that the YouTube streets, the subscribers, they're not just gonna stand back and play it cool. They are going to do the reaching out. They are going to contact Carnival Cruise. They are going to make the necessary moves behind the scenes to alert the necessary parties of what may happen. Because let me tell you, after what happened in Sacramento, And I did a commentary on that. I don't know, did I do? Yes, I did do a commentary on that when I talked about how low will you go for YouTube for YouTube clicks and views. After what went down, brace yourselves. Brace yourselves for what's gonna happen on that cruise ship, because we're talking about you know, the particular YouTubers that are planning to wreak havoc. Listen, at this point there is no such thing as a low point. Like, how low will you go in terms of how low will you go for YouTube clicks and views? Let me tell you, there are YouTubers that have made it astonishingly clear that no matter how low they need to go, they will venture there just for the clicks and the views. Anyways, so I'm here. I'm about 10 minutes early. So I'm just gonna sit tight. I hope you guys were able to hear me earlier, because I forgot my DJI mic and I absolutely love that. Let me tell you, I think I've only had to charge that mic, I don't know, I think 2 or 3 times. And I think I've had that mic for close to a full year. So the DJI mic, and obviously I don't use it heavily. I mean, and when I do, it's very fleeting, maybe just like, you know, 10 minutes or less here and there. But the DJI mic, so the transmitter and the receiver excuse me. Oh, my stomach just growled. Oh, I need to get me breakfast. So the DJI mic, the transmitter and the receiver, I think that's, and some accessories here there that don't need to be charged, but just for the sake of housing the entire kit. All of that sits in a case that is also a battery. So if you take out the transmitter and the receiver and you use it for just a few minutes, you know, and you eat up just like a small percentage of the battery in the transmitter and the receiver, once you put them back in, they start charging again. So when I take them out of the case, they're always at 100%. And that case is, you know, it's a decent sized case, and the battery, you know, is enough to keep the whole thing charged, you know, for pretty good amount of time. Now let me get back to that cruise ship. What would you do? Would you cancel your meet and greet? Would you cancel your would you cancel your get together with your subscribers? What would you do? Would you play it cool like this YouTuber has done publicly, while privately you're taking the proper steps to alert the proper individuals? Like, what would you do in a situation like that? For me, you know, I mean, I understand in this particular area of YouTube where the YouTubers that I'm mentioning do content out of this particular area of YouTube, you know, you're bound to make enemies. That just comes with the territory in this area of YouTube. So it's kind of like, it's not a surprise what's going on. But for me, I do not do content in this particular area of YouTube. I just do me. I do my vlogs. I do interesting stuff that I see. So I do not have YouTube enemies. I do not have the kind of relationship with YouTube that others have. I mean, YouTube, I'm not that overly invested in it. I mean, I just do YouTube is just a hobby for me. But I do not have enemies. So if I were to plan an event, it's not something. The idea that I would have somebody try to come in to cause disruption, the idea probably would not cross my mind. But if such dark clouds, if I were planning an event and dark clouds are spotted in the distance rolling in, meaning to say, if unsavory characters and idiots hell-bent on wreaking havoc decide to attend, I would definitely alert. I would definitely make the important parties aware. I would make sure that I cover all bases. I would make sure that everyone that needs to know, will know that there are people that are planning to cause disruption. To include the authorities. And I will pursue the matter. I will, if I have to press charges, I will. If I have to sue you, I will. Whatever I gotta do. Alright folks, I'm gonna start walking in. So, I gotta go get me breakfast. I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. I'm really loving these glasses. Like, they are so light. They are so light. I just gotta get the frames adjusted. Alright everyone, so that's it for this very, very quick chit chat. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new and you have not subscribed. And I will see you in the next upload. Alright, take care. Bye bye.